Now we heard that they basically halted the fighting, but as I told you, after this announcement, there were a number of killings reported, and bombing strikes continued. And as again I stress, at this time on purely civilian targets, because there are no, and for this moment there are no militaries left there. And but we certainly have to take some measures in order to reestablish law and order, and certainly reestablish peace, and allow people to start going back, because then we'll have a humanitarian disaster otherwise. What I've noticed very well is that Russian president, or at least Prime Minister Putin, have very direct and very good control of their military. And I don't believe that anybody of the military would ever dare to make anything without their leadership knowing about that. They were so swift in all their actions in Georgia. They were so coordinated that certainly there is good level of organization and leadership there. And so I don't know what's the political motives behind it. I think the political motive is very clear. To demonstrate to the world they couldn't care less about world reaction, to continue to cripple the country. They clearly articulate their regime change objective. This is not about presidency of Georgia or something. This is about killing the freedom and independence of this country and scaring all the others around us. Well, I think our message to them is, no matter what they do, no matter how much they bomb us, no matter how they want to cripple us and undermine us, we are not going to give up our freedom, and Georgia will never surrender. We took it in consultation with parliamentary factions. We certainly have to leave CIS. CIS totally failed as an international organization. It's some kind of post-Soviet kind of thing, but that basically could not do anything to prevent this tragedy from happening. And by leaving CIS, we are finally giving final adios to the Soviet Union. Those people who are bombing us, they want to restore the Soviet Union. President Putin announced 2 years ago that the demise of Soviet Union was the greatest geopolitical tragedy of the 20th century. Well, I believe it was a very fortunate act, and we should never go back to the Soviet Union. Especially now, I think people in Georgia today, with this mass showing of unity, clearly demonstrated that they don't want to go to the past in any circumstance.